Suresh, are you aware about the job description and the requirement of this position?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So first of all, I will give you a brief idea about this, then we'll start discussing it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Suresh, first of all, this is Monjin platform on which we are interacting. So don't be confused about this. So this is only for the interview. Okay.
Okay.
And the position name is test ops engineer, for which we are going to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
And the requirement of this position is we are looking a person who is having good understanding and working exposure on cloud. Any cloud, we are okay with that. And and Ansible is the thing which we are using extensively in our environment. So you should have good understanding on Terraform and Ansible. Okay.
Okay.
And Windows and Linux environment, you should be comfortable to work on, and you can do basic troubleshooting and all. Okay. Some understanding on container and other thing we can consider it. Okay.
Okay.
So, Suresh, these are the technical requirement and expectation of this position, and this is with the company Altair, and I am Sudhanshu, currently leading a team for this particular task. So,
Okay.
this is a brief background from our side. So now, can you please brief me about yourself and just focus mostly last 2 year exposure on the thing what you are looking, please?
Okay. Okay. I am audible right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. And this good afternoon. This opportunity. My name is Suresh Raju Vetkuri. I have overall experience in 4 years in IT. My relevant experience in Agile and Devops methodologies is 3 years. I have worked in Skylab Infotech Private Limited in build and release engineer for this position. Coming to my skill set, hands-on experience of the Linux and provision experience of the Git version control systems. I'm good experience in CI/CD process and build and release engineer for the functionality, and also experience in playbooks and Ansible roles and responsibilities. It is create the playbooks and the configuration of the management, and also working in microservices, Docker and Kubernetes, and also my hands-on way to implementation of the infrastructure as a code in AWS also. And I'm monitoring it is the cluster monitoring, the tools, the technologies you have to do in Prometheus Grafana, and it is the infrastructure in AWS in CloudWatch. And also my roles and responsibilities is day-to-day activities, and Jenkins is a pipeline, is CI/CD process, and continuous integration, continuous deployment, and it is a process you can automated way to implementation of the things. And also you have to store in artifacts, and also any issues on the server side you can take up the issue and ticket raising. That is the checking for the deployment section, how to deploy the application, after that whether the application working or not. That is the my side of the perspective, and I'll be monitoring that Prometheus Grafana, how it is active in the background of the applications. That is the my side of the technical stuff. That's it.
Okay. So Suresh, you are using Windows environment also, right?
It is the Linux machines only.
Okay. So mostly you are working on Linux. Okay. So how much comfortable are you with the Linux environment?
Yeah.
You are very much
Yes.
comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So just suppose I want to change the group of a user. Okay, let me give you an example. Just suppose my ID is currently belongs to admin group. Okay,
Okay.
and I want to change from admin to HR group. How we can change this group of a user in Linux?
It is the permissions you are asking about.
Permissions are different and changes in the group are different, right?
Yes, yes. It is the ch1 is basically the command is used to the ownership is taken to the root and EC2 user.
Okay, so chown is used to change the ownership of a directory. Okay,
Yes, yes,
not users, right?
yes.
It is different purpose.
Okay. I'm working in these file permissions and permissions of the user, the
Mhm.
credentials. That is the permissions of which activities doing that particular activities. That is the my side of that.
Okay, 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 all right.
I am
And
understanding about that it perspective aspect is. Yeah.
so, as I understand that you are working on cloud environment
Yes,
also,
yes.
AWS, you name that you are using AWS in your environment.
Yeah.
So, any exposure on Terraform you have?
Yes, yes.
Terraform you have, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me a bit more about your exposure on Terraform, how you are using Terraform, and what is your understanding on this?
Terraform is a infrastructure as a code is built in cloud infrastructure. It is a third party activities. It is the communication between the rest of APIs. The given to activities about this Terraform is infrastructure is the build of the code in the format of everything is the simple way to infrastructure is created. Timeless process, and the cost is given to the infrastructure, and maintain the infrastructure is very easy, and mold the infrastructure, and to create the infrastructure and fastly. And also you create the infrastructure is based off different it is the documentation purpose to develop the different resources and using, and different modules are using different calling of variables or secrets to implementation of this infrastructure. I am briefly explain about this infrastructure is it is the creation of the particular block of code, the build in AWS and any cloud. I am it is the working in AWS cloud. It is the IAM role is based on different resources access to that particular Terraform to build the infrastructure. That is the
Okay.
my side.
So if I just give you a very basic requirement to provision few resources on AWS,
Yeah.
so can you please write a sample Terraform file for me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So my requirement is to create one VPC, and within that VPC, two EC2 instance should be created. Can you please write a sample Terraform file for me
Yes.
in chat?
Provider.
In chat window, you can write.
Yes. Yes. Provider AWS.
One VPC, and within that VPC, two EC2 instance.
It's basically I am using an particular documentation to implementation of that particular activities. I'm idea about that VPC and instance.
So
Yeah.
syntax, that's fine. So I'm just looking about what are the basic template I'm looking for. Okay? Not each and everything.
Yes. Yes. Instance. Yeah, hello.
You are done, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So it is just a VPC, okay? In the cider block you just mentioned on that part, okay? EC2 instance and all you should, okay, add on that part, okay? You can go on this. All right. So okay, any exposure on any container technology, just like Docker and Kubernetes?
Yes, Docker and Kubernetes I am working right now.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Can you
basically,
tell me a bit more on your roles and responsibility on this?
yes, it is basically generate the artifact. It is the archive. Is the containerization. After the containerization is deployed into the Kubernetes cluster. That is the process to build a Docker file and manifests of Kubernetes cluster of activities of the manifest files is writing that way, YAML files.
Okay. And what type of deployment you are doing on Kubernetes?
The deployment is the particular rollback updates and application versions, the different applications of the orientation of the life cycle. That is the mainly purpose of the deployment.
Okay, okay, okay. Are you aware about the props, liveness prop and readiness prop in Docker or Kubernetes?
I'm not idea about that particular activity.
Okay. 10-10 tolerance, any understanding of it?
I am actually I am written in scripts also. It is the ML and particular deployment replica sets, the config maps
Mm-hmm.
and secrets, everything about the application around these scripts, doing the Helm charts and application about the background is working or not. Is it is the basically is monitoring of the Prometheus graph, and it is basically my side of the activities, but it is the upgrading of you are talking about different background of Kubernetes, that is aware of that.
Different background means actually I'm a bit
It is the
confused.
it is the knowledge about the Kubernetes. It is the advanced knowledge about the Kubernetes. I am understanding about that. I am upgrading to skill in Kubernetes right now.
So what are the tasks you have recently done on Kubernetes and you are aware about
Actually, I am day-to-day activities the deployment section and
deployment?
CI/CD. It is a continuous integration and a continuous delivery and deployment. Everything is the continuous smoothly running of the pipeline also.
Okay, and you are doing rolling update in
Yeah,
Kubernetes, right? So rolling update is integrated with the props, liveness prop and readiness prop actually. Okay,
yeah.
without this, it is not possible. Do you know how it is just integrated?
That is basically rolling updates is replica sets. The my side of that
I'm
rolling.
talking
Yes, yes.
props. I'm talking about props because without prop, it is not possible actually.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So if you are doing a deployment, there must be config map and secret
Yes, yes.
also.
Yeah.
Okay. You are aware about those things?
Yes, yes.
Okay. What is the difference between config map and secrets?
Config maps is a special type of volumes. It is nothing but a key value pairs. Is stored in. It is not extended about 1 GB. In between, in low of the 1 GB memory is occupied that way. It is nothing but the pod is consuming is enrollment variables and command line arguments. That is the way to it is the config map. Secret is it is a sensitive data to store. It is a secret is a object. It is a sensitive data stored that particular object. You can secret is nothing but here key values and authentication SSS keys, passwords, everything. It is the stored in keys
Okay.
in
So
secrets.
both actually config map and secret both are object. Okay. You cannot say that config map is not an object. Okay.
Yes, yes, okay.
And both are used key value pair. Okay. So
Yeah,
both are used
yeah.
key value. So these are the similarity you are just telling. I just ask for the difference.
it is basically it is the secret is the storing of the particular it is a sensitive data. It is nothing but a key
This
value.
is
Key value is it is a key value pairs, but
okay. So data is sensitive and
yeah,
insensitive. It is you who are deciding. Okay.
yes,
Kubernetes is not deciding.
exactly.
Right? So the sensitive data can be stored in config map also.
Yeah,
Kubernetes will not stop you to do this, right?
yes,
Ideally. Okay.
yeah,
And non-sensitive data can be stored in the secret also.
yeah,
Again,
yes,
Kubernetes will not stop you to do this. Okay.
exactly.
Okay. You can explore it more on this. Okay. So you will get many
Yes,
interesting
yes,
things. You just explore this topic. You will get all of it. I only ask because see, it is used in your work. Okay. Not more than that.
okay, okay, okay.
All right. So because without this, it is not possible to do a deployment. This is the
Yeah,
reason.
yeah,
Okay. So that is fine. So now let's come to the part of Ansible. As I understand that you are also using Ansible, right?
yeah.
Can you tell me a bit more about your exposure in Ansible?
Ansible is a configuration management and deployment activities on the text file using the YAML script, and also it is the Ansible is connectivity of the servers using the agentless connection. It is the SSH keys to connect to secured way to every node, and every machine is connected to implementation of the faster configuration about the everything. And config it is Ansible is more in every tool and every technology is using Ansible. YAML file is using, everything is a Docker compose file is a YAML format of the file, and config maps is a YAML manifest files is a YAML format of the file. Everything is the YAML script to build in the application running in the backend.
Okay. So in Ansible, generally we are using handlers. Are you aware about handlers? Why we are using handlers?
Yes, yes, actually handlers are inside of the playbook. Some activities doing that way. It is my side of aware of that playbook is the configuration of everything about the particular node servers of configuration, which applications, which softwares are running there. That
This
is the way. Yeah.
I'm talking about only handlers. Why we are using handlers?
Handlers are calling, it is something calling to particular playbook activities.
And what type of activity it is?
Um, Basically I am guess to idea about that particular scenario is not using that way.
All right. And what type of inventories you are using in Ansible?
It is basically two types of inventories are there. What one is the static inventory, second one is dynamic inventory. I
Mhm.
am presently working in static inventory. Basically some configurations of different node servers in Kubernetes and on premises of the cloud. Basically that node servers is configuration about the different softwares, and it is yellow of the ports also. That is basically I am working that way. It is the static inventory I am using.
Okay.
I am
Static.
aware I am aware about dynamic inventory also. It is the
Mhm.
scripted format used is the programmatic approach of the building infrastructure also.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So you are also involved in CI/CD pipeline,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay. So have you got a chance to create a pipeline from the scratch?
yeah.
Okay. Can you please describe me one pipeline which you have created by yourself from the scratch?
Basically pipeline is the two types of pipelines are there. One is declarative and then one is scripted pipeline. One is I am using a declarative pipeline. I that is the human readable language, and also to generate the script in basic format. It is a hands-on format to scripted format. It is a declarative pipeline is different. It is primarily mentioned in the pipeline, and also second one is the any agent any is the nothing but you can choose the environment. You can mention about the containerization. You can mention about the cloud missions. You can mention about the on-premises activities. After that, you can stages. You can stages the inside of the stages. You can stage available. The different three types of stages is the continuous. These three types of stages is involved in the declarative pipeline. One is the build stage. Second one is the test stage. Third one is the deployment stage. The three stages are involving. The stage inside of the steps are there. The steps is configuration about the particular application, which environment to deploy, how the application is working or working to artifacts is which environment to deploy. uh, the deployment stage is completed after test stage. The test stage inside of particular activities, the activities during the application is running or not, we can use to multiple activities the testing environment. After testing is completed, it is the deployment of the which environment to choose that particular node also. That is the credentials is inside of the deployment section that pushes the credentials. You can deploy that particular namespace of the Kubernetes cluster.
All right. So Suresh, I'm done with my questions. So do you have any question if you want to ask?
Yeah. My question is, this is the company, which are the technologies you are showing about the Kubernetes, Docker, these technologies I am working in this position.
So Suresh, I will give you 2 points on that fact so that it will be more clear to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So first point is that this is not the only open position with this company. We have n number of open position with this company. Okay. It is from the different team, different project, different roles, responsibilities, tools, technology, challenges, and all. Okay.
Yeah.
And the second thing is that on the basis of this discussion, I am going to provide my feedback on each and every tools and technology what we have discussed. Okay. And then after HR team is going to match your profile with all the open position, then they will process your profile to that position which is more suited to your skills.
Yeah.
So this is the logic. At this point of time, it's not clear what type of tools, technology, roles, and responsibility you will get a chance to work with, but it will be more matching to your skills. Okay.
Yes.
In this call, I just try to understand what is your core skill area. Okay, so don't worry if I just talk about any specific skill and you are not aware about. So don't worry. So let HR team to match your profile with the positions. Then accordingly they are going to process it. Okay.
Okay.
Any other thing if you want to ask, Suresh?
Tell me about what is the process, what is the different activities, the back end of the business in this company.
Back end of the business in sense it is different for the different project actually. Okay?
Yes. It is the product. My question is the product based company or a service based company?
Okay, so we have some product development also and some client we are also serving on. Okay. So, you can get all these kind of detail on internet. Everything is available.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the mention about the this position is work from home? It is working in the position. I am asking about it is the pan India position is some calling for the person. I am located in any position in this job.
So HR team will be the best team who can answer on that part because see, the reason behind is that just suppose your profile is just processed to the position which require to work from any specific location that I cannot predict actually.
Okay.
So few client or few project requirement is to work from anywhere in the India. Okay, so or anywhere in the globe itself. Okay, so that I cannot predict at this point of time. This is the logic. I cannot give you a clear picture on that part. So you will get clear picture on these thing in the next round of interview from the HR team.
Okay. Last and but not least, in this question is what is the cloud using for in this company Ultra?
Okay. If you are talking about the company, so it is all the cloud are used. Okay, it is depend on the client requirement.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So few project, it is again based on the project
Yes.
itself. So
Yeah.
a few project requirement is for the AWS, few project is not using cloud at all. Okay, so few are using GCP, Azure, okay, OpenStack and all. So it is depend on the different requirement.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
It is the cloud side. One question is asking, you or for me,
pardon.
asking to you. One question is a cloud side question.
Uh, can you please come again? I didn't
You
get
are
a
you
chance.
are uh, you are asking one question in cloud side AWS.
So Terraform we discuss. Okay, if you are working on Terraform, then it means that you can work on all the cloud, right?
Yes.
It
Yes.
is an
Yes.
infrastructure as a
Yes.
code solution
Exactly.
and all. Okay,
Exactly.
so we discuss Terraform. Okay,
Okay.
using Terraform without the knowledge of cloud is no sense. Okay, so if you are working on Terraform, then it means that you are having exposure on cloud, right? So
Yeah. Actually, I am talking about the client side requirement is also AWS CLI is there. That is the different scenarios, but it is nowadays is Terraform is booming now presently. 2 or 3 months back to Terraform is going boom in the market.
yeah, if somebody know the Terraform, it means he has worked on cloud. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
All right. So now, in that case, Suresh,
Yeah.
thanks for your time, and it's a really nice
Yes.
discussion with
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
And
Thank
good
you.
luck for your future. Be
Yes.
safe.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.